Welcome to She's in the Weeds.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Hollis.
We're best friends exploring the intersection of pop culture and the female experience.
Be sure to follow us on socials and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode.
And if you love us, give us that 5-star review.
Nailed it.
I think it's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just saw you Sunday.
I know.
We probably don't have a lot of catch up.
No, not a lot has happened in the last 3 days, but I am happy that it's almost the weekend.
Yes. I mean, you have a fun little sexy weekend date.
I do have a little getaway. I'm very excited.
You're a weekender. Just call me a weekender.
Weekender gal. That's me. This is, I'm finally settling in to who I knew I was always meant to be.
Right.
Which is
somebody who takes
a
weekend
weekender.
getaways.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Here I am.
Okay. So we have an exciting episode and we have a lot to get into for the weeds topic, but there are some things that we need to discuss before. So I do have a quick circle back. And on the last episode, you talked about being kind of conflicted about feeling a little irked by Gretchen saying that she hadn't had any work done. Mm-hmm. And we dove into that a little bit and, talked about why that can be irksome. But I think the thing that we didn't touch on that I think is also important and true is that she also said that as like a flex.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And maybe, that is a point that we didn't maybe make is that, right. She was saying it in a self-congratulatory way.
Yes. And as if it made her better or more valuable than the other women.
Right. Which is, yes. Maybe like the crux of the problem I had and maybe couldn't figure out the terminology for how to articulate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
she felt like she was gloating.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's not something to gloat about either way.
Either way, no. And I do think it goes back to that, as women, we know the thing that's going to hurt the most is the physical insult or the insult to the looks, to the body. And it's just something that is glaringly different between men and women. And I was thinking about this, if it had been a man insulting another man, he probably would have said something like, well, I make way more money than that guy. Or I'm smarter than that guy. Or,
well, my dick's bigger. So.
Yeah. That would be the only physical comparison. Yeah. You wouldn't hear a guy really be like, well, I have great biceps.
Yeah.
No,
they would be like, well, my pecs are way better than yours. Yeah, they don't compare physicality that much.
No. And
not in like an insulting way.
The only thing I can think of is sometimes I'll hear men make fun of other men for being short.
Yeah.
But that's really about it. But yeah, I felt like that was an important notation to make, that she was saying it as if it was an insult to the other women.
Yeah. Right. And that's the thing is like this, we put natural beauty at this echelon, like the top echelon that everyone should be subscribing to.
Right.
Yet no one subscribes to that.
No.
And it's just this like, why are we holding ourselves to these impossible standards that we can never achieve?
Right.
Like natural beauty. And it's also not a thing that most people are attracted to or want. Like, I think women like the way they look when they are dolled up a little bit,
absolutely.
And whether that is from years of societal standards or if they really feel that way,
right?
Who knows? But
we'll never know.
Yeah, but
we're too deep.
Yeah, again, it's just another system of like, we can't win.
No, you can't win because it's like you said, it's like natural beauty is up here, but then that's something that you have no control over.
Right.
And then women are chastised for not being naturally beautiful, but then they're chastised for doing all of these things, these so-called she's so fake, everything about her is fake, her eyelashes are fake, or this, it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, and the standard of beauty that women are held up to is not natural. It doesn't look natural. It's never been natural, it's just impossible.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway,
and on one hand, like, I don't fault her.
No, I know.
Because she's swimming upstream in the same river we all are.
Right.
Just like trying to stay afloat.
Exactly.
And that is hard for everybody. So, like, I get it.
And it's especially hard for women in her industry and, you know, of course. And
so it's not that I don't have empathy for her as an individual.
We didn't love that she said that.
Yeah. And it's just, like, it makes me think internally, like, what stance am I supposed to take? Am I supposed to encourage women to do whatever they want, their body, their choice, even when it comes to, you know, physical augmentation? Yes, I do feel like that.
I do too.
But at that same time, am I allowed to be annoyed when people are like...
When people use it as an insult against other women? Absolutely.
Yeah, it feels conflicting. So I guess that is the problem that I have with it sometimes, where I'm just like, I don't want to chastise her because I get that we're all in the same struggle, but at the same time, I just want to be like, you're making it harder.
Right. And I don't necessarily think that that's a conflict. I think feeling like women should be able to do whatever they want and that we're all, like you said, in the same struggle together, I don't think that's a conflict in terms of also not wanting somebody to use that to try and put other women down. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's two different things.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was any issue in
and also
taking issue with that statement.
Yeah. And also what she said was very nuanced. You know, I doubt she thought she was putting anyone down because she was talking about herself.
Right.
You know, and like it's a little subversive, the things she was saying in terms of like how it puts other women down, because it's indirect. Yes. She's not saying you're ugly, you're not as good because you've had work done. Right. You know, because it's she's only commenting on her own body, but it's like the projection that has. Yes. Is nuanced, so it's hard. Like I get that, like she may have thought she was just like being cheeky. Yeah, but I also think she was trying to build herself
You also
up.
understand your motivation for saying something, though. Yeah, and I don't think there was any unclearness. Yeah, on her motivation for why she said it. So
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Either. Speaking of plastic surgery and natural beauty, which is a double segue into two more things that we need to talk about, but just real quick, I listened to the Good Guys podcast. And it was a surprising guest on this podcast. I wasn't expecting it. And I guess he's been a guest on it before. I've only been listening to it for about a year. But anyway, Dr. Terry Dubrow, who is Heather Dubrow's husband, big-time plastic surgeon. For those of you who don't know, Botched, the show Botched. He's got a new show coming out. But anyway, he was talking about, I think two of the guys, one of them for sure, has been taking Ozempic, GLP-1, maybe not Ozempic, but one of the GLP-1s. But anyway, he's talked about his journey with that. And Terry was talking about how he thinks that this is like a revolutionary drug that will be so beneficial for anti-aging and longevity when microdosed. He thinks that's like the new horizon.
Oh, wow.
Which I really thought was interesting because I don't know much about GLP-1s and like obesity drugs. I just don't. I know there's a lot of really mixed feelings about them. I know they're, especially in the beginning with the whole Ozempic takeover, people were upset about it in terms of like, you're taking this drug away from people who need it with diabetes and all of this stuff. So I know there's been some controversy and, you know, I don't know. I just don't know enough about it. But it was interesting to hear a doctor talk about it in the way that he was talking about it. So anyway, as he was talking about it, the other podcast host was like, I'm doing it. I'm microdosing it. And he was talking about it. And so I think it'll just be interesting to see how that develops going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard about that. So
yeah, I mean, I guess it's great for just all these different things. Of course, I'm sitting there going, well, what about your liver? Because yeah, I just feel like all medication is bad for your liver. I don't know. I've always just kind of been in the camp of if you don't have to take anything, don't.
Yeah, especially like
I don't mean supplements.
Yeah,
I mean like true.
But also,
prescription medication.
This like chase for the fountain of youth drug that will solve aging. I just feel like it's a fool's errand, kind of like.
I kind of feel like that too.
You know,
which is
like
why
the hairs raise up in the back of my neck every time someone's like, "We found the thing that's good for you in every way, and all you got to do is take this pill, and like we'll all stay young forever." I just don't think it exists, and I just don't know if we're gonna manufacture. I mean, listen, who am I to say what is possible? There are so many things that are possible that are out of my realm of understanding.
Right.
But I don't know. It's hard for me. I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all are.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting because of his background and how knowledgeable he is about all of this. Well, and because he was so interested in GLP-1s when they first became available for obesity and stuff, he went and took all the classes, took the boards, and got like board certified in obesity because he's not an obesity doctor. And he's one of the top plastic surgeons in the world. I mean, he's extremely educated. He's extremely skilled. And so, yeah, it was just, I don't know. It was an interesting discussion for sure.
And not that I don't think that there are incredible things that are possible with medication. I mean, I think mental health meds have done wonders for people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of classes of medication that, you know, we make advances in all the time. So it's not like I don't think it's possible in some form.
And this is the first time I'd ever heard of somebody talking about microdosing a prescription medication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you hear about microdosing, it's like ketamine or mushrooms or something that's like almost psychedelic or a supplement of some kind. It's not a prescription med. I don't know. So anyway.
No, it'll be interesting to watch how that evolves.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so the second segue from the Gretchen conversation, we were talking about natural beauty. I think that's a good segue into one possible way you could interpret the new Sydney Sweeney American Eagle campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just consumed it.
Yes.
I had seen the static ad, which was just like the billboard image that she had crossed out jeans and written with a J and written jeans with a G, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that seems a little, I could see how people would interpret that badly, but I didn't think it was super overt.
Right.
But then I watched the video, and dang, that is incredible. Yeah, I could definitely see. It's just like tone deaf as hell. Like, read the room, especially with what's going on. And there were 3. 2 were a little bit less.
2 were a little more subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because she has good genes, yeah, I mean, that's pretty innocuous.
Yes.
That's a phrase that is used very often.
Right.
That could, like, that, without all the rest of the context, is passable.
Yes.
It's the one where they're talking about, you know,
her
color, blue eyes and hair color.
Personality,
I mean,
eye color.
Yeah, and it's hard, just with everything going on.
There's definitely a nod to eugenics. There just is.
You'd think there would be somebody that was just like, not right now. There's just too much going on right now with, you know, people who really are starting to come out of the woodwork who believe that and are being vocal about it.
Yes. And there's just too many people attached to a project like that, a marketing campaign like that. There's absolutely no way, in my opinion, that everyone is so oblivious and ignorant that they just didn't realize it, which makes it really difficult to dismiss the idea that it's intentional.
Well, and this is where I'm a little bit on the fence. It's like, I don't think anybody in the room didn't realize. I just think there were enough people in the room who maybe thought, okay, but that's not what we're saying, so people shouldn't get all upset about it. This is a totally different meaning. Also, this might be a moment for us to capitalize on people's emotions, because I think marketers...
That's intention, though.
Yeah,
as
that
far
is
as
intention.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, I don't... Well, and what is the intention? Is the intention just to capitalize on a moment and market?
Sure.
Yes, but is the intention to influence people into thinking that eugenics is positive? Because that's what I feel like you were saying.
I think they're intertwined, though.
Yeah. And
I think they're intertwined.
Yeah, and I think maybe the intention wasn't so much to influence people that eugenics is the way to be, more that like, hey, this is a thing that's top of mind. This could be a moment for us to capitalize on. You know, this is really what's will maybe hit with people. Mm-hmm. Maybe they didn't think it was going to happen in a negative way.
Oh, I think they did.
Well, and that's what I wonder about how twisted marketing executives are. Are they like, we know this could be problematic and it doesn't matter because bad press is better than no press?
I kind of think so. I kind of think that
Really, this day and age when people are getting canceled and like this could be it for, I mean, people, American Eagle's not doing that hot anyways. I feel like one tanked campaign where people are like, fuck you, I'm not shopping there anymore.
Yeah, but how many people are then going to come in and be like, this is lefty lunacy, this is bullshit, and support it? So
that's true.
That's true. So I do think, especially a company like American Eagle, where it may be like, this is our Hail Mary.
Yeah, our last pitch, last ditch effort. That's true. That's true. That is a very good point. That maybe they're just like, hey.
Yeah.
I mean, we did vote Donald Trump in for a second term. So obviously there are enough people in this country to be like, yes, I believe that. That is true.
I think so. I really do. And that's what's scary. And that's what's unfortunate. I think, there's just too many people in that room for somebody not to be like, absolutely not, guys. Like, this is.
And that's the thing about, I don't have obviously any experience with ad campaigns at this level,
right?
But the experience I do with ad campaigns at a much lower level are every single second is picked apart. Mm-hmm. There is nothing that is just like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I mean, like everything is scrutinized to the nth degree.
Yeah,
so it's impossible not to think it's not strategic.
Exactly, and even at the very, very least, somebody said, well, it could be interpreted like this. And at the very least, and everybody was like, eh.
Well, yeah, that's okay. That's a risk we're willing to take.
And that is the very least of what happened.
Yeah.
Which is still not great. And we'll see what happens. We'll see whether it ends up well for them or not. We'll see if it ends up well for Sydney Sweeney or not.
It does kind of remind me of the Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial, which was like happening during George Floyd era, Black Lives Matter time, where things were really contentious. Yeah. And that one definitely did feel, which I mean, a huge campaign. It's hard to imagine that people were just like, what? We had no idea. This is what people think. But that one definitely did feel like there were just a bunch of boneheads in the room and they really thought it was going to be inspirational and it just fucking flopped. Yeah. It was just like complete opposite, which I mean, I feel like that does happen. Sometimes because it is impossible to know how people are going to react to things. It truly is. And that is the one thing that makes me question about ads like this. Or it's like, I do think there is a possibility to really think things are going to go a different way. Mm-hmm. This one does feel
it's the video
bit,
for me.
Yeah.
If it were just the print ads or even those other two videos, I would be like, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. But then I watched that and I was like, damn.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what it is about this one that makes it feel a little bit more strategic or intentional than the Kendall Jenner one. But this one does feel kind of like it's almost like the way she's looking in the camera where she's like, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like let's watch it. Yeah, it's just tone deaf as fuck. Read the room.
And I think, too, there is a pattern of history repeating itself, and we have all of these references from the past and things that have happened where it's hard to see something like this and not be taken back to something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I just don't feel like that wasn't getting through unless it was meant to get through.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, did you watch this before you saw an article about somebody who was like, this is fucked up? Or did you see it with the article?
I saw it with the article. And sure, I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to like expose that.
But
I'm just because the first one
but I didn't see this with the first one.
Yeah.
I just saw the print. The same one you saw.
And that's what I'm questioning mostly about my own reaction.
And then I went and looked at all of them after that.
Yeah. And I'm more wondering about my own reaction because the first one, I was like, yeah, I can see what they're saying now that somebody's brought that to my attention, but that seems a little contrived to me.
Yeah.
But then then you showed me the videos, and it's like, this one's a little bit, okay, that's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was the same way. When I saw the print one, I was like, okay, yeah. And then I immediately went and looked at all of the rest of them. And when I watched that one, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, you know. Yeah. And I'm also, I think, self-aware enough to know, and I hope most people would too, is that we live in a very different world now where, 25 years ago, you'd see an ad and you wouldn't see anything anyone was saying about it until you ran into somebody and were talking about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was an article came out in a magazine or something. I mean, it's very different now with the internet. We're immediately influenced because we see the ad attached to the article.
Yeah, the headline.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fucked up.
I'm self-aware enough to know that obviously plays a part in how you take that information in.
Yeah.
But I was the same way. I was kind of like, okay, I get it, but it's
a little bit of a stretch.
A little bit of a stretch, but and I sort of took it more as good genes just means that I'm hot. I'm hot because I have good
I've got
genes.
good
It's more
genes.
sexualized to me than sort of the eugenics direction.
With that,
but then
with the blue,
and then I was like,
there's something about the word offspring too that was very like, why? Like that makes it very like biological.
Yes,
I don't know. And I'm also very,
and that again, you just said, the discourse with which you talk about something is intentional in order to trigger something in somebody. That word offspring, that was on purpose.
Yeah, there's a lot of other words you could have used.
Yeah.
And I'm also very aware now, especially since George Floyd, since the Black Lives Matter protests and all of that transitional time we just went through and the things I've learned that like, I'm not going to perceive things the same way possibly, I don't know, a Jewish person would if they listened to this or a black person. Like, and I do take their perceptions into accord when I hear them because, because I, as a white cis person in this reality I'm living in, maybe wouldn't think twice about that. Right. But another person's perspective is very eye-opening to me. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah, maybe there is something, maybe there is another intention there that like my underlying intention that my naivete has kept me from
the subliminal messages.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Yeah, where I hear another person's perspective and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, like I didn't even think about it like that, but they're right.
Yeah, and I do think too, like that we would be naive in thinking that this is how these kind of ideologies come about and are pushed and are. I don't want to go the whole like propaganda route, but when people get these radicalized ideas and when you're talking about the people who are in power, people who have the money, that's how these kinds of themes and ideas infiltrate.
Yeah.
And I realize that's an extreme. I'm not saying that that's what's happening here, but I'm saying when that is happening, this is how it's happening.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So,
and if we really wanted to do a deep dive, we could see who owns American Eagle. Right. Where are they getting their funding? Yeah. Who's supplying them with all their campaign money? And that's the thing that like I am again so naive to is the fact that does happen because I think I like to live in a world where it's like sure, but not really. But it's fucking true.
It is true,
and we're seeing it more and more that like big money is political now more than ever, and like it is almost it's ignorant to think that the two don't bleed into each other.
And how many times have we uncovered on this podcast that it's always the worst case scenario?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so surely and like Flynn can't be sexual or misogynistic.
I truly hate, like, I am a little bit of a Pollyanna sometimes where I'm always like, no, people are good. People don't lie. Why would anyone do anything bad to anybody? It's just like, wake up, kid. Like, the world sucks. Everyone's lying. Nobody has good intentions. Everybody's using Sydney Sweeney to fucking get everyone to buy guns and date in their own race. Like, that's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
Oh, man.
All right. Let's table that for now because I have one more thing.
We solved the issue.
It's solved, clearly. I have one more thing I need to bring to the spill table before we move into our weeds topic.
Okay.
And that is there has been an update in the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case, which isn't really here nor there. I just thought it was interesting. So his insurance company, the insurance company that they hired for their liability insurance, I believe on the set of the movie, and I'm not sure how all of that works, is now suing Justin Baldoni, Wayfarer, and the other two gentlemen involved. And I just thought it was interesting because they are suing, basically saying that they don't have to cover like the allegations made by Blake Lively. But the interesting part to me is that she initially brought her complaint and concerns to the Wayfarer team before they had these insurance policies. And when you're filling out the application for the insurance, you have to answer questions about, like, is there any reason to believe that there could be something that may at some point initiate a case, or like you have to disclose information of like workplace issues and things like that, which they did not. So they never told the insurance company that she had brought those concerns to light to them. And of course, this was before everything went public, but she had, they had that meeting and she had said, listen, these things need to stop. And so, yeah, it's just interesting to me that I don't want to say they lied on their application.
But omitting the truth is lying.
Omitted the truth. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. So
sounds like they're consulting with people from the American Eagle campaign, if you ask me.
I mean, they're all in cahoots, these people. They really are. But as of now, the trial is set for March 2026 for her suit against him. So the way I will be sat for that. So just be prepared for the updates.
I'm excited.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm thrilled. I mean, I hope it's televised. I don't know. It probably won't be, but
yeah.
It's like, how do they determine
do they even
that?
do that anymore?
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Yeah, that's
it was
true.
All
but was
out
it
there. Gwyneth Paltrow and the ski guy. It was all out there. I mean,
that's true.
I think it depends.
But was it televised how? Like on the internet or like?
No, I think it was just
on the news.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think you could, of course, watch it on YouTube and stuff, but I think they broadcast it on whatever.
That's kind of crazy to me.
And I think that just depends on the venue of where it's going to happen in New York City. So I don't know,
It's going to happen in New York? They live in New York?
The trial's going to take place in New York. That's the jurisdiction, because that's where they were filming.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's because the movie took place in New York.
Yeah. So,
interesting.
Because she filed her original complaint in California, but the actual lawsuit was filed in New York. So that's the venue.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they allow filming, because some do and some don't. Some allow cameras and some don't. So I don't know. We'll see. But I really hope we're in there. I need to be in the room.
Why don't you just get a flight and go?
I know, right?
You should get you should like make
Can I expense
a
it?
press badge and like sneak in there and ask her questions. You should go report for the podcast.
She's in the weeds. Expense that.
This is Sam reporting live from She's in the Weeds. Justin Baldoni just left the courthouse in tears. Your reporter era? I feel like it's coming.
Need to be in my reporter era.
I mean, you got the hair for it right now.
I for sure do, yeah. Okay.
Are we ready to get into
We are ready to
weeds?
get into the weeds. Oh, no. I have one more.
Okay.
You guys, I cannot believe Hollis Austin has not seen Freaky Friday. I texted her and was like, we are going. I cannot wait to go see Freaky Friday. And she's like, or the second one. She's like, I've never seen it. I'm like, what? How are we not aligned on this? It's pinnacle Lindsay Lohan.
I know. I don't know how I missed it. I feel like it was maybe just.
It was like Mean Girls, Freaky Friday. Those are the two.
Freaky Friday was before Mean Girls, wasn't it?
I mean, they were right around the same time.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know how I missed it. It's just one that I didn't see. Was I smoking pot then? Was I just like too cool for movies? I don't know.
I mean, what else do you do when you're smoking pot besides watch movies?
But I was like watching Dazed and Confused and like.
Oh God, this was way after Dazed and Confused. That was in the 90s.
No, I know, but I didn't find that movie till I was like a pothead.
Oh, you didn't?
You know what I mean, yeah.
Oh. I had a pothead friend who was a little
movies I was
older than me, and she showed it to me.
Yeah.
In the 90s. It's so good. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, I feel like I was definitely a preteen when it came out, so that was before all that.
It's amazing. Well,
I don't know how I missed it. Well, I will watch
was
it,
it?
and then we can
Oh, we will be discussing. You're gonna love it. I cannot even believe it.
Yeah, because that was like Jamie Lee Curtis, and then she disappeared for like 20 years.
Well, but then she started doing all the Halloween reboots.
Yeah.
2003. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
High school.
So I was in high school, so I think I was maybe like too cool for movies like this.
You were
at the
too
time.
alternative?
Yeah. So I was like, started smoking pot, I was in drama, and I was like trying to be artsy and stuff. So maybe I was just
it's a
like,
fantastic film.
yeah, I mean,
It is cinema. It's so good.
I mean, I feel like the fact that they're making a sequel and people are really jazzed about it.
Oh, it's a cult classic.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll
it's
have to get on it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's right up there with Mean Girls.
You're really doing the two fingers today. You heard Nixon hardcore.
I always think of Gene Hackman in The Bird Cage when he's
yeah.
when he's climbing back up the ladder to go in the window. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
Anyway, I just had to.
No, I'm sorry. I feel like I truly disappointed you in our friendship. I don't know if you've ever.
I mean,
I don't know if I've ever been. You've
I
ever
was
been
definitely
so disappointed.
I know. I was just shocked. I just couldn't believe it. I thought there's no way we haven't watched that movie together.
I don't think so.
All of our years of living together, I can't believe I was never like, "Ooh, let's watch Freaky Friday," and you were like, "Oh, I've never seen it." I just can't believe that never happened. Because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay, well,
this
you
is now your fault because you didn't introduce
I
me to
know.
it.
Well, I just assumed,
I
like
know.
Clueless.
Well, you know what they say when you assume. Make an ass out of it.
Well, that's your assignment,
yes, ma'am.
is to watch Freaky Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then we'll be
Full
August
report.
8th is when the new one
Coming
comes
up.
out.
Okay, cool.
And you know what? I haven't been to the theater in so long. Let's go to the theater.
We have to leave Bloomington to go. We have to go to Bedford.
That's fine.
Because I heard,
Do they have
first
the
time
good
I've ever
seats?
said that, the movie theater here is
It's dog
complete
shit.
hot garbage.
Yeah.
Like you pull into the parking lot, tumbleweeds
Yeah.
blowing. It looks deserted.
It's post-apocalyptic.
It is.
Yeah.
Like nothing works. They never have nothing of the
There's no staff. It's all automated.
Yes, but even that, like the last time I went, pop machines didn't work. No popcorn. All I
Well,
had was
I gotta
candy
have Diet Coke and popcorn.
and popcorn.
I need all the forever
absolutely.
chemicals.
And then all the seats are stained, and it's just fucking gross in there. But I heard Bedford has a really killer movie theater.
Well, then we're going to Bedford.
Yeah,
I want
or
to see it in the
Indy or
theaters.
somewhere. We're going.
I want some fake ass, chemically butter popcorn.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Little movie salad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some, I don't know what we're going to throw in there. Little cookie dough
Ooh,
balls.
What
I
are
don't
my
know.
favorite? I mean, I do love a Sour Patch Kid, but I
Oh,
like to
fuck
get,
yes. Sour Patch Kid and popcorn and
Hell yeah.
Diet Coke.
Hell yeah, baby.
excited.
Maybe some Andy's Mints. I just got some Andy's Mints I got a snack bag for my trip.
Yeah.
I ate all the Andy's Mints before.
Well,
I
that's
don't
okay.
even leave for 2 days.
Well, that's all right.
All the Andy's Mints
Just
are
make
gone.
some chocolate covered dates. Yeah. You'll be all right.
Just whip those up. They're pretty easy, right?
You won't eat those. You won't eat all those before you leave. I mean, like 15 in a day.
How many times have you made those since then?
I've stopped covering them in chocolate, but I eat a peanut butter stuffed date every day.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I bet that's what's making you look so good.
Maybe. Supposedly, is another thing that is very good for like anti-aging. I guess they have like
Dates?
Yeah. They have antioxidants. They're good for your gut.
Fuck
They have a lot
yeah.
of good gut
Do
stuff.
you get the bag at Aldi's? Is that the date you buy?
No, I get the organic because I want
Yeah.
organic. I
Yeah.
don't. So I get the organic ones from Kroger. It's just
How much are they?
They're not cheap, but they're
Yeah.
like $6 or $7 for a carton. But the little carton will last me 10 days.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, I mean the kids like them too. So
Cool. I'm gonna start fucking eating dates then.
Yeah.
A day to day keeps the doctor
that's
away.
what I'm saying. 2 dates a day.
Apples ain't shit. You ever heard of dates?
That's right. Okay,
Okay.
we got to get going.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are getting in the weeds about absolutely
Horrific.
unhinged, horrifying interview moments from the 90s and 2000s that did not age well.
Let us tell you guys, some of these were real hard to watch.
Real
My
doozies.
God. So what we did is we each came up with a little list.
Yes.
Neither of us know what's on our list.
That's right.
There's likely overlap, but we're gonna
Yeah,
sort
that's
that
okay.
out.
Yeah, we'll sort that out along the way.
Should we start with the one that I know we both have in common though?
Yeah, let's start with that one. And yeah,
This one might be the pinnacle or top 5 for sure, is the Diane Sawyer and Britney Spears ABC interview.
Yes.
Which, my God, what year was it? 1999?
I think it was, I think it was 2002 or something, wasn't it? 2003.
Okay, but she is 21 in the interview.
Yes.
Which is crucial to know. And it's at the kind of pinnacle of her career. She's already had, a lot of hits. And it's just...
It was very recent post her breakup with Justin.
Yeah. And it's an hour-long video. And I mean, it's just... It's so cringy how judgmental Diane Sawyer is. Like,
she was diabolical.
Talk about biased journalism. Like, you can't even really call it journalism.
No.
But it's just like, it was astounding. My first initial takeaway was like, wow, Britney Spears at 21 was incredibly articulate.
Very well composed.
Expressed herself very well composed, even though she did cry, but like her tears and emotions were completely valid.
Absolutely.
She wasn't like...
I would have been in a puddle on the floor if somebody
she
talked to me like
wasn't hysterical
that.
in any way. She was very composed, like you said. And Diane Sawyer was a straight up bitch. I mean, like, she came in with such preconceived notions and intentions and just so judgmental and had a goal of just embarrassing her, basically.
Embarrassing her. That's what it was. Absolutely embarrassing her.
Every question she had was just dripping with insinuation and disdain, where it's just like, we were leading so hard. She wasn't asking questions for a real answer. Like, she was insinuating things with each question.
Yeah.
Which isn't journalism. I mean, it's fucking bullshit.
No.
And poor girl. I mean...
And it was extremely misogynistic.
Oh, incredibly.
It was horrible. And at one point, I think she was talking about a cover shoot that she did for a magazine. And it was... I don't think she has a top on. I think it's kind of like her breasts are sort of pressed against like her arms or the wall or something. So, I mean, obviously you can't see anything. It was a magazine cover or something like that. Absolutely no different than what all the other pop stars and women were doing at her time. And Diane Sawyer, she's talking about that and she's shaming her for it, intentionally trying to make her feel bad about it. And then she plays this clip of the Maryland governor's wife saying, yeah, I'd shoot Britney Spears if I had the opportunity. And Diane Sawyer then is tying that into, well, this is how mothers feel about you.
Yeah.
It was so insane.
Yeah.
It was absolutely horrible.
Well, it was so funny too, because every point Diane Sawyer was trying to make that she really thought, she was like, oh, this is going to be it, just made her look more insane. Yeah. It was just like, oh, and Britney held her composure, and every response was just like, honestly, what you would hear someone today saying. Yeah. Especially not what you would, because I was anticipating her to be kind of like unsure, and she was saying responses that someone would write for her today. Yeah. You know,
she was
20 years later when we've all evolved.
She was ahead of her time in the way she thought about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Or at least ahead of her time in feeling empowered to talk about it the way she did. She was talking about one of the songs that was going to be released on her new album was about touching herself, essentially. Yeah. And she was talking about how that's like a beautiful, sacred thing. And Diane Sawyer went in on that, basically, again, shaming her.
Yeah, and she held her own. Yeah. And that is incredibly progressive, because it's one thing to talk about your sexuality, but masturbation as a woman, right? Definitely not a thing people talked about. Still don't even really.
And then, of course, you know, she's talking about how she had spoken to Justin and this and that, and how Britney really broke Justin's heart. And she was really trying to get Britney to admit to being
sexually active,
to cheating on him.
Oh, to cheat, infidelity.
And then that there was infidelity, and basically slut shaming her, trying to get her to say, like,
it's
she's like, well, what did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Insane.
It was so crazy, you guys. It was really, really hard to watch.
Yeah, it was excruciating.
And I do feel like it was just very representative of that time too, because not that interviewers don't get away with bullshit now, but if someone were to be conducting that same interview today, I feel like the person would just be like, I'm sorry, fuck you. Like, what? Yeah. You know, I mean, obviously there are still things going on. Yeah. And there are still inappropriate questions being asked, and women are still to this day, asked more about their love lives and what they're wearing than their actual work. That still happens. Yeah. But this was so uncomfortable and just so obvious. And I would hope that you wouldn't be able to get away with that today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so there were no boundaries back then.
There were none.
Like, you could ask, people were entitled to ask women anything they wanted about their sexuality, which is just insane. And they felt obligated to answer too.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what's so crazy is that, like, she should have been able to say, like, I'm not answering that question.
Exactly. I feel like I think that's what would happen today.
A really good sport, and that she answered honestly all of those questions.
She did.
And you could tell that she was being honest and thoughtful.
Yeah. And I think, it, like you said at the beginning, the fact that she was only 21, and that's important. And it is, because she was so young, and you have somebody, even though she's this huge pop star, she's so young. And then you're in an interview setting with somebody like Diane Sawyer, who is this well-respected interviewer who's been in the game a long time. And there is a little bit of a power dynamic at play there. And I'm sure she felt obligated and intimidated to answer, and I hope it would be different today. Yeah. I really do. I hope a girl in Britney's position that found herself in an interview like that would say, I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
Next question.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she talks about this interview in her book.
Yes.
That she felt very set up. Mm-hmm. She was not given the questions beforehand, which is even more surprising how she held her composure answering those questions without any preparation.
Yeah.
But that it did really feel like a setup to her.
Of course.
And that, it was very hurtful.
Yeah.
And like, it was right on the ends of that breakup for her. And it just, I don't know. It just goes to show that, like, not to overuse this term, but the patriarchy is strong in all of us, sometimes even more in women. And that we beat each other down so much.
Yeah.
And that, like, if she really felt this way about this young girl, like, oh, this pop star is being over-sexualized, it's almost like she blamed her completely for all of it. Yeah. Like, it was all a circus of her own making, which I think we all know now is not true.
The world failed Britney Spears.
It's just so surprising that, Diane Sawyer, I don't know if she was a mother, it doesn't really matter, but, like, an older woman talking to a 20-year-old girl, if she was really that concerned, that maybe she wouldn't have a little empathy and say, hey, what's going on here? No, it was like so much of the blame was just on her. Yeah. She was just being chastised as, like, this mastermind of, like, trying to, like, I don't know. I was just surprised at how little compassion there was for her at any point.
Yeah. It's exactly like you said earlier. I mean, Diane Sawyer came into that interview not giving two shits, really, what Britney had to say.
Yeah.
It was very much, I'm going into this interview because either I've been told this is the angle that I need to take, or these are just my feelings about her. Yeah. And I'm kind of angry about it. And I'm letting the world know that this is the situation.
Yeah. It was
real. I mean,
it was an ambush.
Yes.
Even in almost comically, because that point you were making too, because she kept asking her, like, is there anything you regret? Like, any photo shoots, any pictures? And Britney was like, no. And then Diane Sawyer, like, comically pulls out from behind her this gigantic poster and is like, what about this one? Yeah. It's just like, oh my God. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I know.
Like, gotcha journalism at its finest.
Yes.
It's just like, get out of here, lady. And she was just like, and then Britney was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that photo shoot, I didn't really know I was going to be topless. So, yeah, maybe I do kind of feel bad about that. When you can tell she was, like, convinced into saying that.
Right.
Like, she wasn't.
And that's also when she said, Jennifer Lopez is doing this. Christina Aguilera is doing this. Like, it wasn't anything different than what was just par for the course for the time.
And it is interesting, too, why we all held Britney Spears to such a different standard than every other pop star. And I don't know why that is.
It's insane. I don't know if it's because she really in the beginning of her career,
Was like the
leaned
wholesome
into
girl.
the wholesome girl next door
Which is probably
thing.
what it is. She was a Disney kid.
Yeah.
But even like her first Hit Me Baby One More Time, the video is brilliant. She was a schoolgirl, like a naughty schoolgirl.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not like she was wholesome from the very beginning, you know? Like she always had sexual undertones, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's just so curious that like, we just decided she was the good girl.
Yeah.
And that's
and then
it.
we couldn't handle
And then we
it.
were disappointed when she didn't
Live up
fulfill
to
our
that.
expectations,
Exactly.
which is just so fucked up.
Yeah. It is. It is.
Yeah,
It's not right. And if you haven't watched that interview, I highly recommend it. It is about 40 minutes long, but it's worth watching. It's out there on YouTube.
Yeah. If
Check
you
it
want
out.
to become a Britney stan, watch that interview. Because I was like, leave Britney alone.
I finally jumped on the Leave Britney Alone bandwagon. Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a Britney fan, but I was just like, man, this bitch did not get a fair shot. And she was a fucking sweet, smart girl.
I
just,
know.
Like, trying to dance her little heart off and like be a pop star. Like, leave her alone.
Her current reality is the result of how she was failed by everyone around her.
Yeah.
And it's really sad.
It's
really,
tragic,
really
really
sad.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake just fucking got off scot-free. Don't even get me started on that douchebag. Ugh.
I was a Backstreet Boys girl, and that didn't turn out well either.
Yeah,
so
also, NSYNC was clown as fuck. I'm sorry, Jenna. NSYNC was clown.
BSB for life. Well, not anymore, but I was at the time. Problematic still, but it was a rivalry. We were like, get out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You were one or the other.
Yeah. Okay. So one of mine, this one is a 1994 interview, well, late night show with David Letterman and Madonna. So the title of the interview is Madonna's infamous F-bomb interview because she says fuck a lot. That's the least of the issues of the interview. And apparently the beginning of this interview in which David Letterman introduces Madonna, I guess is also, I saw a lot of chatter online about how it's just horrendous. I don't know if that's been scrubbed. I can't find a video from the very start. So that may be gone. It's about 20 minutes long. The main issue is in the beginning of this video, he says to her, why don't you go kiss a guy in the audience? Come on, let's go kiss a guy in the audience. And she says, why are you so obsessed with my sex life? And he says, well, because I have none of my own. And then he says, come on, kiss a guy in the audience. It would knock him out. And then there's more back and forth about her kissing this particular guy in the audience. They pan to him in the audience. And then she says, and you can tell she's so uncomfortable. She's leaning away from him. She's like rubbing her arms.
She's just uncomfortable the whole time. Her body language is so bad.
Visibly uncomfortable. You just have to watch it to really get how uncomfortable she is. And then she says, I can't. And then she kind of starts to make a joke like, oh, he's not tall enough. And David Letterman kind of cuts her off and says, oh, she says I can't. A lot of people would cave under the pressure and say, oh, all right, they just go out and kiss him and get it over with.
Yikes.
That is so problematic because that is basically saying that most women will just give up on consent if you just bug them about it enough.
That's like, men's ideology for what? The beginning of time? It's just like, you just pressure someone until they, do what they feel like they have to.
Yeah. And that coupled with how visibly uncomfortable she is in this interview is disgusting.
Yeah. Agreed. And it brings me to one of my other ones, which is David Letterman.
Yes.
Which, have you seen this one? It's Jennifer Aniston and the hair biting thing.
Yes.
Where he's sitting next to her and she has these two strands of hair down in front of her face. And he comes up behind her kind of out of nowhere and bites her hair.
Yeah.
Like comes up behind her, grabs her by the neck.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he comes around like he's going to kiss her, but then bites her hair and holds it in his mouth for a little bit. And she's obviously like, get off, and weird.
Yes.
Doesn't know how to react. It's super awkward.
Yeah.
No one knows why he did it. That makes no sense.
Right.
Totally out of context. And just, it's just so funny that like David Letterman is just revered as
one of the greatest
interviewers of all time. And there's never really much talk about like how inappropriate he was for so many years.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe I just haven't heard times that he has addressed it, but I have not.
Yeah.
I've heard him say kind of unspecifically making mention to how he's embarrassed about the way he's acted over the years, but mostly in pertaining to him being an alcoholic, which could
maybe he
cross
was drunk.
over.
Not
like,
that excuses it.
No, but like maybe he was just kind of, referencing all those things. Like, I've acted badly because I was drunk and I was an alcoholic for a long time. And when he's very humble, when people give him compliments, it's always just like, no. But I've never really heard him come out specifically and say, I treated women badly. Because I didn't treat men badly. I treated women specifically badly on my show. And I mean, not just him. I think talk show hosts are the number one culprit of this in the 90s.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, both of those, not good.
And this whole interview with Madonna too, I mean, and listen, in full transparency, she's leaning into some of the sexualization of the interview.
Yeah.
There's definitely some banter that feels friendly, but she does appear to be relatively uncomfortable almost the entire time. And not at one point does he ask her about her career.
And that's the thing. No,
like,
exactly.
That's why she's here.
Yeah, and I think also it's important to take into consideration context at this time. Like, I think this is at the time when she was becoming like a sex icon, because a lot of her work was very much about female empowerment through sexuality. Yes. Which I think men misinterpreted as, I can just treat you like a sex object.
Exactly.
Which is like
100%.
the
antithesis. You hit the nail on the head.
Which is the antithesis of the point of all of her art that she was making, where it's just like, expressing my asexuality as a female doesn't mean that you can objectify me.
Exactly.
And like, misses the
means
mark.
I'm taking the power back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to take the power back when you're on somebody else's show.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like he is the one in control. Yep. He's the one running the narrative. Like,
yeah. And she did a pretty good job of occasionally stealing the narrative away. Yeah. She does. I mean, she holds her own.
Well, but it was surprising.
She gives it to him a little bit. She does.
But it was surprising to me because in my mind, Madonna is this like unwavering badass, who's kind of known for being like, no, I am me all the time, and I never and to see her young like this, and obviously uncomfortable. I was like, oh shit, so even Madonna is at a point in her life where like, this makes me fucking uncomfortable.
Right. And especially with during the point in time where he's trying to get her to go kiss that guy. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. So, yeah. Did you have any more points on the Jennifer Aniston one?
No, I mean, I think we pretty much made all those points, but that one was more shocking because the physicality of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, how fucking dare you you touched her.
Yeah. You
put your saliva on her body. Like, I mean, I can't, just like the balls it would take. I mean, he must have been drunk because
I would think for that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
because it also just like so bizarre.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It wasn't like, I'm going to kiss you, peck you on the cheek. Like, that would just be weird. This was just weird and like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah, and I don't know if it would, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't excuse anything. It's not a justification, but I don't know if it's because obviously he intended to do something with the hair, because that was the whole thing with the Rachel haircut, and that's kind of what they're talking about. So obviously he had an intention to do something with the hair, and it's just, but yeah, can you imagine being blindsided like that in an interview on television? No. I mean, how bizarre. Yeah. Okay, well, that brings me to another one of mine, which is also David Letterman.
Oh my God. Enough. He is killing it.
He's
in the worst way.
Okay, so my next one is David Letterman with Emma Watson. She was promoting a Harry Potter movie. She's, drumroll please, 19 in this interview. And this is what happens. She sits down on the couch. Again, he's not asking her about her work. This was definitely not something she knew was going to happen. She's uncomfortable. The first thing he does is whip out a photograph of her wardrobe malfunction where you can see her underwear from a front view and is like, "What's this?" and forces her to address the wardrobe malfunction on television in front of the entire country.
Yeah.
She's 19. It's
just cheap and stupid.
And it's like, you know, she's been a child actor doing these movies. Had it been 2 years prior to that, he wouldn't have even been able to do it. She'd have been a minor. It's just insane to me that would never happen with a man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. And that was in 2009.
Yeah. And it's also just like, it's not even that scandalous.
No.
The picture. So it's just like, why even bother? It's just like, why even bring it up? It's like so insignificant.
To embarrass her.
Because it's not even really a wardrobe malfunction. It's literally just like a photo taken at a bad angle.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, she's holding on to her dress,
and like
it
her
has
dress
like
went
a
up.
slit in it, and you can see at the front of her underwear.
It's almost like they're making a bigger deal out of it than it is, just to be scandalous. Like,
just feels malicious to embarrass her. That really
like, exactly like they're
Yeah.
making up some reason why she should be embarrassed when it's just like, yeah, I have underwear on and I wore a dress. Like,
and
sorry.
just to have that giant photograph that he like pulls out of nowhere and is like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And you know she didn't know about it going in. You know,
Right.
and it's just I don't know.
It's just it's just gross.
It's gross. Yeah, exactly. It's gross.
And the double standard, like, that wouldn't happen to a man.
No, never.
My other one was also with our girl Brittany. This was one where she was even younger. This one is an interview with a Holland TV station, and she is 17 years old. It's 1999. And he starts off by saying, "Well, let's talk about the topic everyone wants to know." And she's like, "Oh, what's that?" And poor thing, she's like, "Oh," she tilts her head, "What's that?" "Your breasts." Like, what? And the look on her sweet little face is just like, "Excuse me?" And then he's like, "Yeah, well, first of all, let's go back. What do you feel about breast implants? Just in general.
Oh my God, you guys!
Like, 17 years old.
It's insane.
And she handled it with so much poise.
Yeah.
She actually answered the fucking question,
I know.
which is insane. She should not have had to do that.
No.
And then the interview goes on for like a while, and she has to like take audience questions and stuff.
Oh my God.
I mean, so it's not even an American issue. It's just
it's everywhere.
And
yeah, it's crazy.
that poor fucking girl. I mean, she's got cute little space buns. She's a child.
She's a child. Literally. Legally, she's a child.
Oh, God.
Well,
I mean, that one was just like jaw dropping. Like, my mouth hit the floor.
Your breasts. What?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Oh my God.
Oh,
well, that's
Lord.
a good segue into in 2002, Connie Chung, my girl, Connie,
Was she the perpetrator?
Yes.
Oh, no, Connie.
asked then 16-year-old Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen
Oh, dear.
if they were virgins.
Ay, ay, ay.
16. To which Ashley responded, "That's personal. Why would you be asking a 16-year-old that in the first place?" Good for you.
Hell yeah.
Are you kidding me? And then, I mean, there's really not much else to say about that one. I just, like, get out of here, Connie. Come on.
Yeah.
And then this was with Oprah. This is also the Olsen twins. And like, I just feel, I get that we were so obsessed with diet culture, and we still are. And Oprah was like kind of the face of it. I feel like with Weight Watchers and everything. I mean, she's somebody who has openly talked about her weight loss journey, and I don't know. So it's like, I can see it because of that, but it also kind of surprised me because of that. But she said to the twins, I know there's a new rumor surfacing out there that you were really upset about. The one about eating. And she's talking to Mary Kate because, for those of you who don't remember, in the 90s, Mary Kate, early 2000s, had some disordered eating. And that, I don't know that they ever really came out and said that, but it was, you know. So Ashley jumps in, you know, because her sister doesn't have to answer, and says, yeah, people are going to write what they want to write. I mean, we try not to read the good or the bad because that just kind of comes with the territory, right? You're too fat, you're too skinny, and people are going to write what they want. And Oprah says, so what size are you, by the way? And Ashley says, size? I mean, I'm really short. And Mary Kate jumps in and says, we're very petite girls. I mean, I'm just not actually sure. And Oprah says, oh, you're not sure? That's so interesting.
Oh my God. Dude, Oprah used to be mad problematic back in the day. Like, I'm not talking, Oprah's great. She did fucked up shit when she was an interviewer back then. Yeah. Like, she was just as problematic as everybody else. Like,
yeah. And they were visibly uncomfortable, and it was a very aggressive line of questioning.
Yeah, and also just like, just the classic stuff.
Almost like trying to expose her on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it also feels very tabloidy.
Yeah.
Like, no one, who fucking cares what size you are? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, not, and she's regarded as this incredible interviewer again.
Yeah.
Like, most people are, but like, and I guess that's just like the trajectory. Like, you gotta like give the people what they want at first in order to get somewhere. But like, that just sucks that there can't be anybody that's just like not been shitty at any point. Like, I know. I get that we're all shitty and we grow and blah blah blah, but it's really hard sometimes to watch these like famous billionaires just be like, you're the fucking best ever, and be like, did we forget about the like 20 years of bullshit they did?
I know. And listen, we've talked about this on other episodes. People are allowed to grow and evolve.
Yes.
They are.
I know. And the times are different. The 90s were different. Yes. People really did want to hear about
what the Wild West.
And people, that's true. Like, people really did want to hear about what size you were, I guess. We say that now because it's not the same. But, like, I think at the time, that is true.
Yeah. And that one in particular felt very much like, oh, I'm going to expose her for her eating disorder. You know? Yeah. I mean, and
again, gotcha journalism. They kind of, they wanted to get that, like, before it was a word, viral moment.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, speaking of weight, I'm just going to move into, do you have any more?
The only other one I had was Victoria Beckham on a British television show where this man literally got out a scale and made her get on the scale and weigh herself. She had just had her first baby, and they were like talking like, how'd you lose the baby weight? You look so great. And then got out a physical scale and made her get on it. Obviously, she didn't want to. She was resistant. Yeah. And I guess he had done this before to Jerry, Ginger Spice. She was like, oh, you've done this.
Why did I immediately think you meant Jared, the Subway guy? I was like, Jerry, you mean Jared?
She definitely means Jared. Just said it wrong. No, Jerry
I
Halliwell.
forgot they have real names.
I know. I do them very personally. So Jerry Halliwell, who is Ginger Spice, had been on there before, and he did the same thing to her. And she was like, oh, you did this to Jerry.
Was he been hanging out with Howard Stern?
Probably. He kind of looked like him.
That's my next one.
Yeah, well, preach. Go ahead.
Well, this must have been a trend then. I don't know. Because Howard Stern and Anna Nicole Smith on the Howard Stern show. One. I think this was in 2001 or 2002. Okay. And I'm just going to read the back and forth. Okay. Because I would have you watch it, but it's like an hour long.
Yeah.
Okay. So Howard starts off. The way you dress and stuff, I don't think you're aware that you're a heavyset woman. She says, I know I'm a big woman. So what? He says, so I was guessing your weight, and I was going to say to you today, can you please get on the scale, and then we'll have an over-under. That's all.
That's so fucked up.
She says no.
That's so horrible.
Why? Why not? I'm not going to get on a scale for y'all to weigh me. Get on the scale. Then I'm serious. Get on the scale. Why would you want me to get on a scale? I'll tell you why. So you can humiliate me? No, that's not humiliating. You should be proud of what you weigh. And then some rando says, I don't think any woman wants to get on a scale and broadcast it. And then Howard cuts that person off and says, when Anna Nicole is so liberated, why is Anna Nicole embarrassed to say what she weighs? And she says, because I'm not going to do that. All I hear is more jokes and more slander. No, not slander. I'm not going to slander you. I want to prove something. I'll put $1,000 in the college fund for your kid. She says that's not enough. A rando says, I'll throw in another $2,000. So that's $3,000 for her. And I'll throw in an Xbox for her son. She says, not enough. Howard says, if we weigh you now, you get $3,000 and an Xbox for your son. Nope, not enough. And then Howard, no, you have to be weighed. Please, I could get $700. No. Please, it'll be fun. No. And then he says, okay, you tell me if I'm right. How much do you weigh? How much do you think I weigh? You want me to be honest? You're going to be pissed off at me. I'm already pissed off at you. I don't know why you're pissed off at me. You know why. You shouldn't be. I'm so nice to you. No, you're not. I'm always nice to you. You're the one who messes up, not me. Then there's a little back and forth about the assistant, Kim, and something or other. And then he says, I know for sure Anna Nicole weighs more than Kim. That I know. Rando says, well, Anna Nicole's tall. Howard says, well, Anna Nicole's bigger boned. And then she says, how much do you think I weigh? And he says, you want me to be honest? He goes, 300. She says, no, everyone laughs. Then he starts comparing her to this guy, Benji, who she was sitting on the couch with. And he says, Benji looks tiny next to you and he weighs 220. And it just goes on and on and on. And then this is almost like Springer-like. I don't know if this is even real. This Benji guy gets all puffed up and pissed off about it finally and like goes after somebody.
In defense of Anna Nicole?
Yeah. And there's all kinds of, Howard's talking about how he's in love with Anna Nicole, like off and on throughout this whole thing. So like, I don't even know if that was like real or it was very Jerry Springer like, but yeah. I mean, he just goes on and just keeps saying, get on the scale, get on the scale.
God, what a nightmare.
And then telling her, I don't know if you realize from how you dress that you're a heavyset woman. Like, get the fuck out of here, Howard Stern.
Yeah,
and so that's bad. Again, that's another one that people are always like, oh, Howard Stern.
I know. And, like, I guess he has on his show had a reckoning a little bit. But it's one of those where it's just like, I don't know. I don't listen to Howard Stern.
No, I don't either.
So it's hard for me to be like, yeah, he's better now. Because it's just like, he was so bad.
So
for so long. And, like, in a really horrible way.
Yeah.
But, like, and again, that's another quandary. It's like, I do believe in reformation and that people can grow and like evolve.
Sure.
And we need to allow people the space for that and forgiveness for that. But man, it's fucking hard when you hear stuff like that.
It is. And Anna Nicole Smith is another example of somebody who was just failed.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's a good place to like leave off with this one because I think we've decided in talks of this episode that we're going to do a Pop Culture Archives episode on Anna Nicole Smith. So
yeah, we could deep dive into that for sure.
Yeah,
and her life in general, and yeah, I'd also be interesting to hear our male guests' perspective on that too when they're on.
Yeah,
that'd be a good thing to ask them, like. You know, did you ever listen to this and think like this is wrong or this doesn't feel right? And like now do you ever think back and think like, And
I almost wonder if anyone did at the time.
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either.
I think because even at the time, Howard Stern, like I think it was very split. Some people loved him, some people hated him. You know, some people thought he was vulgar and gross, but he was wildly popular at the time.
Yes, absolutely. But I mean, like, really any of this in general.
Yeah, I don't, and that's the thing, is that, like, people don't really, especially then, didn't respect women. A lot of people are just like, well, it's just a woman. Who cares? You know, like, her feelings don't really matter anyway, so making fun of her isn't a big deal.
Or either that, or it's a woman, they're asking her about sex. Like, that's what you ask
her job.
About.
Yeah, that's what they're here. That's what they're here for.
That's what we want to know about.
Yeah,
that's what they're putting out in the world. So
yeah. It's her fault she's fat. If she doesn't want to be asked about being fat, she shouldn't be fat.
It's her fault she's sexualized. It's her fault she's fat.
Yeah,
it's her fault. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that concludes. The discussion. That's it, guys. Well, I have nothing more to add.
And again, we've solved feminism, so thanks for tuning in.
Okay, let's grape and gripe and end on a better note. And we will have the Anna Nicole Smith episode coming for you.
Great.
Okay. My gripe is going to how long children take to get out of the car?
Oh, God. That is a good gripe.
Assume this is a universal issue. I don't know why it takes my 5-year-old 17 minutes to get out of the car, and I will literally be standing. I go around to open her door, and I'm standing there with all the bags. I'm holding the 2-year-old. I'm weighed down. I'm like, can you just get out of the car? She unbuckles, and then she's like, she's like rolling around in the seat, and then she grabs onto the top of the car, and she's like hanging on the door, and I'm like, can you get out of the car? She goes, I am. Like, you're literally not moving. You've been motionless for 4 minutes. Can you get out of the car? It's so infuriating. So that's my gripe. Get out of the car.
My gripe also goes out to my child during this episode, who's been a real pain in the ass.
She has kind of.
Every once in a while, she just decides, well, we recorded this after work, so she hasn't gotten her normal, like,
playtime,
and she is ready to go, but she reverts to chewing and biting when she's overexcited. Yeah, which is so annoying. I'm sorry, I love you, but it's probably, I failed you. Probably I'm not disciplining you enough, but so that's my gripe to my dog right now.
To the current
state of my dog.
My gripe is going just to anyone over the age of 5 who can pull off a bucket hat.
Oh, I know.
I mean, sometimes I see somebody and I'm like, you look so cool. I put on a bucket hat? Fucking forget it. I look like a condom. Like, I don't even. I'm like, what? I don't understand how anyone can wear a bucket hat. I really don't.
I have a girlfriend who wears bucket hats a lot. She looks so cute in them. I feel like, I just look old.
Yeah.
I just look like an old fisherman.
Yeah.
Not like a cute millennial.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And little kids look cute in them. But I'll say, like, even my 5-year-old's kind of starting to look like a nerd in the bucket hat. I'm like, maybe we're phasing out of that.
You really have to, it's very, like, you have to get just the right kind of bucket hat, I feel like. Yeah.
So. We all remember when Leo wore the mesh bucket hat and it didn't land. So.
No. You'll find the right hat one of these days.
Maybe.
You have that bluebird hat.
I do like my bluebird hat.
Yeah.
I still feel like I look like a condom when I wear it, but I do like it.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait for wintry hat season again. Anyways, my grape goes out to this particular snack food at Aldi. Kroger's.
Aldi's,
I know. I don't know why I hate when people put an S on thing, but for some reason I do it with Aldi's. Aldi. Anywho, it's this Greek yogurt tzatziki sauce with artichoke in it. Have you ever had this?
No.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's made with Greek yogurt, so there's like no
bad stuff.
I'm not great at reading labels, but I'm pretty sure it's good for you.
I'm not the best at reading, but
no, but you know, like, I feel like every time I think nutrition labels, I'm like, oh, this is good. Somebody's like, no, it's got this in it. Can't have it. Nope, it's got 12 grams of sodium.
You got to look at the ingredients.
I know, that's what I do. Yeah, but then it's like, oh, it's this one ingredient. You're going to die from it. I'm like, but it's like, okay, otherwise. But this is low fat, low calorie, low sodium, and it tastes good. I've been putting it on everything, smearing it up. So
yeah, I like to make my own dips from Greek yogurt. I've been really
okay.
I know, I'm that girl. I know you fucking would.
You making everything out of cottage cheese too? You're one of those influencers.
I did try that. Remember?
I know it was good.
Yeah, I made it.
It was fucking good,
and it is good. But I've got some ideas for cottage cheese ones that I want to roast some garlic, put that in there with some Parmesan cheese and blend it. I'm going to try that.
That does sound pretty good.
But I make buffalo dip and like spicy Mexican dip out of Greek yogurt, both of which are delicious.
It is a great substitute though, because it really does taste pretty much the same.
Yeah, I make my chicken and tuna salad with Greek yogurt.
Fuck yeah.
And it tastes just the same as mayonnaise. I mean, maybe not just the same, but it's still delicious.
Yeah, close enough. It doesn't taste bad like a lot of substitutes where you're like, this just tastes...
It's still delicious.
This tastes bad.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sweet.
All right.
All right, we did it.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
McCaglin!